Hello guys and welcome back to live. So you got myself, Abby, here with you, and we've also got Ellis and we've got Rudy. Rudy in the corner.
Yo.
Taking lots of tips, haven't you, aren't you, Rudy?
Yep.
Can't get my words out this afternoon.
Weekend sorted this
yeah.
weekend.
Rudy's got his weekend sorted. He's going to be recreating these looks.
Oh my god, that's a challenge in itself. Please. One day you do this session.
We should like swap roles. We always say we should test Rudy to see how much he's like learned over the years of
2 years I've been doing
I bet you could probably like smash something out.
He can spiel some products off like he knows what the stuff is now. So if we're like, oh Rudy, can you run downstairs and get something? He's like, yeah, what do you need? Spiked? Yeah, I'll go get it. I know where it is in the kit and everything. But yeah, so this afternoon, what kind of look are we doing?
We're gonna do a like high fashion kind of negative brow, really intense eyes. We're going to try to use as much colour as possible, so I'm going to try and do a blue eye, a red eye, and then a purple lip, so you can really see how I blend my colours and see if you can learn anything different, that kind of thing. We're going to be using some of the bases as blushes, and that's it really. We're just going to do the same kind of base that we did before, but we're going to use some different products this time and make it a bit more severe and a bit more dramatic. Yeah. And that's it really.
So basically getting a little bit more adventurous. The first look you've seen this morning is all about that sultry glam, and this is kind of the other end of the spectrum. We're just going to go a little bit wild, a little bit crazy, something out of the ordinary, like we spoke about, the negative brow.
Yep.
It's not something that's necessarily wearable, but it's exciting and it's good to know, and it's a very good skill level to have to be able to do that as well. Yeah,
to be able to try and incorporate something like negative into a look. It's hard to do.
It looks so effective as well.
Yeah, like I'll still look like I've got brows, and your mind will process I've got brows, but there's going to be nothing there, which is fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. Get cracking.
Perfect. So we wanted to, not we, you guys wanted to see brow cover. We're starting off on a good note. Brow cover and like beard cover, how we get rid of the discoloration. So we're going to use this colour in the Anastasia kit, which is Warm Coral. And I'm just picking it up on a finger, and the reason I'm doing that is that I melt the cream in the palette. So just rubbing it backwards and forwards like this. What I'll do now is I'll kind of have a look, and on my chin area we're a little bit blue, so I'm just going to pat on a little bit of the coral colour here, and we're going to go a little bit up here as well. And all I'm doing is just patting it in like this. And I like to use my finger because you can really warm the product up and really get it into the skin. Now the next step would be to set it with powder. However, if you do have a client with drier skin, like I have a drier skin, you're best off not setting it, because the layers of powder on top of cream and then your foundation, and then you're going to set that as well, it'll be too much for a drier skin. So I'm actually just going to keep patting it like you do your eyeshadow base, and I'm just going to keep patting it until it's like not transferring anymore. And like you can see now when I pat it, it's not coming off on my finger, which means it's more or less set. So now when I go over the top with foundation, it will literally just melt over the top of it and it won't come through. We'll also do a little bit on the under eye because we are tired. And I'm still slightly stained because of earlier on. So just patting that on the under eye, and that's it. And again, I'm using the tiniest amount of product. You see a lot of people literally using like a lipstick and drawing the lipstick onto their face, and it's a lot of product that's going to create a lot of slip. And honestly, you don't need to use that much product. If you do it effectively, you can use the tiniest amounts. So that's literally it done. I look a little bit crazy, but you can just see it looks a little bit brighter, and it's just not as like worn looking. So for foundation, because we want to make like a super full coverage base, and we're going to go quite glowy as well, I'm going to use a mixture of the Kevyn Aucoin Central Skin Enhancer, and I'm going to make my normal combo with these two. So we'll mix them up, and then we will start mixing in the Kevyn Aucoin as we're going. Oh my god, we're nearly out of this.
Is that how you make it Revolution?
Yeah, I've got like 5 balls at home. I just order it in bulk because I love it so much. So same as before, we're just going to mix that together and we're going to paint it onto the skin, but we're going to then layer the concealer straight into that as well. So.
Are you, my words will break you?
What?
On the shroom.
No?
Having
I know they said the same thing. No, it's just Thomas Elliot. Radio's just asking whoever my words will break you, and they're saying that that's their boyfriends. I'm also on my boyfriend's laptop, so I'm Thomas Elliot today. So I've got, hey guys, I'm Thomas Elliot.
Oh my god. And I'm literally just getting this layered on, and we're gonna go, because my skin has already been in makeup already today, my beard area is a little bit more textured, which is fine, I'm a man, if you didn't know. So we're gonna just be laying a little bit more product just to kind of help ease the texture.
So did you put your face mask on it in the break then?
Yeah, so on the break I did the... Oh, we put it in the bin, never mind. It's a face mask from Simple, and it's the Hydra Boost, and they're literally £3. You can get them from Superdrug, and it's one of my favourite ones I've ever used. It just really, really works. I use it like literally nearly every single day, or if I'm filming like an Instagram video,
yeah,
I'll use it because they really work. But because I did so much of that, I haven't gone in with like the oil or anything afterwards, because sometimes if you put too much product on, it starts to roll when you apply foundation. So you kind of just have to gauge the skin by feeling it. If you like push the skin up with your finger, and if it has like horizontal lines, it means it's dehydrated.
Oh, that's definitely mine 24/7.
So if you just kind of like push the skin up and you can see horizontal lines, it means it's a bit dehydrated, so you can add more product. When I checked mine before we started, I didn't need to apply any more because it was pretty decent. So that's literally the foundation. You can see we've literally painted the whole face because we want like a lot of coverage. And now we're literally just going to start bouncing that in with the sponge. Oh, you know what we don't have?
I'm like,
Right, that's like,
yeah, I should put it on downstairs. Square light, not ring light. So what is your like daily skincare routine?
So my daily skincare routine is wash my face with face wash in the morning, and then on an evening it's wash it with a cleansing oil and then the face wash afterwards.
Yeah.
After that I do a lotion, and the reason I use a lotion is because it's in your skincare you should always start with your thinnest products first, working up to your thickest, because then they can drain into the skin a lot easier. So the lotion creates like little tunnels. Basically it just flows down and opens everything up, and it makes sure everything just like flows down after it. So we do a lotion, then I do a serum, then I do a light moisturizer, then a heavy moisturizer, and then an oil on my eye cream.
Oh my god, I literally just got a face wipe so bad, I'm not gonna lie.
No,
This
like-
was so bad.
One of my really good friends, you know Brandon?
Yeah.
Yeah. He literally, oh, that's wrong. She literally uses a face wipe. When we was like living together, she'd literally be watching me do my skincare routine, and she'd grab a face wipe and some Mario Badescu juice, but whatever it is, spray, and just spray her face, and I'd be like,
You done?
like how? Like, and her makeup would stay on like all day and never move, and I'm like, how does it look so good, you know?
I've only recently discovered how good the Johnson's wipes are.
Oh.
I always just get like, oh, I'll just get any wipes, but the Johnson's wipe, you know, like you need a moist face wipe, and it is a moist face wipe, and that's why I love that one.
Right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to start doing some concealer. So we're going to use the Kevin Aucoin first,
Amazing.
which is just this little pot, and you need like the tiniest amount. So I'm just going to pick some up on the back of this flat brush. And you do not need a lot, like, at all. But I'm going to go in with a lot anyway. And this is like thick, and it's also full of jojoba oil too. So again, dry skin, it really, really helps.
Foundation again was the
Fenty and Makeup Revolution.
Fenty and Makeup Revolution, and the two that we used this morning because they are a firm favourite. So open up this ring light for you guys so you can see a little bit more light on the makeup. Don't want to do that kind of angle.
Yeah, that's fine.
Brighten it up a little bit. That's going the yellow way. Ooh, she's tanned. Yes, guys, I will find out about your kit. You'll just have to give me 2 moments. Stephanie, I think, has been in charge of that, so I need to find out from Stephanie what exactly, if we need to do posting and packaging and that kind of stuff. I'll find out that for you. Yes, you're right, there is a business workshop included for the gold and silver students. That will be arranging afterwards, so it'll be once the course is completed, we'll book in another live session and we'll make sure we get the business session booked in and do that for you guys, anyone who is gold and silver. Obviously now with this course is coming to an end. What week are we on now?
18, 2 more weeks.
Oh my god, wow. So we're on, I thought I didn't think we're that far along. So week 18, we've got 2 more weeks left. So if any of you guys are interested and you want to do this all over again, because it was so amazing the first time, on the 7th of February we have this second pro live course. We felt this one worked really well and was very successful. Ruby's looking at me like I'm saying something really weird.
Like, yeah, because I didn't know we had a second one.
Yes, we do.
Do it.
We've got a second live Pro 20 course starting on the 7th of February. That will be going on the website today. Kirsty? She's not looking?
I need to find out about this.
Going in on the website today, I think, for you guys to purchase. We're going to put a little bit twist and turns. It won't be the same makeups that you've already seen. It'll be something a little bit different. But yeah, we'll carry on because I know Alice is ready to move on to the next step.
So we've done the first concealer, now we're going with the second concealer, which is the Magic Away by Charlotte Tilbury. This has like a vinyl finish, so it literally gives you like such a flawless under eye. The only thing I don't really like about it is the applicator. I wish it just came in a jar, but you've got to like wind.
Can you pull it off? Because you know with the Makeup Revolution ones, we pull it off.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and it just comes out of a little tube.
Oh really?
But now you're scared to do it. I'll have to show you the makeup, not Makeup
I've
Revolution, the Rimmel ones. You know, the aging Rimmel ones.
Oh, the age rewind ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you pull the foam applicator off the top.
And again, we're applying loads because we're wanting like the most full coverage base. But we're going to really blend with the Beauty Blender to really get rid of all the excess so it doesn't go cakey when we powder. That's one of the key things, is when you are applying the product, if you apply it like in the wrong way, which I know that sounds crazy because with its makeup there's no wrong way, but you've kind of got to keep blending past it being blended to over blended, and the sponge will just keep absorbing all the excess product, and then it leaves your skin just like flawless and like smooth, if that makes sense. And again, it's blending this out.
So with your beauty blenders as well, are the colours meant to mean different things?
No, they're just another way for people to spend money.
Yeah. It's just all a sponge.
This one's not actually a beauty blender. This one's from Huda Beauty.
Oh, is it?
And I really like it. It's like firmer than a beauty blender, so I like the firmness of it. The blue one we used this morning is like a real beauty blender, and I do like it. I used it this morning. I just thought this afternoon would use like the Huda one. Yeah. I do like using brushes sometimes, but my skin is very, 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 very slippery. So sorry, my phone was going off, turning it off. My skin is very, very slippery, so sometimes with brushes I find that when I apply products, it literally will slip straight off of my skin. I love using brushes on clients, but just on me, like, I have to really be in the mood to use a brush on my skin.
Like for me, when I'm doing makeup on myself, I like to use a beauty blender a lot, but when I'm doing clients, I use brushes a lot.
Yeah, I only use brushes on clients, really.
You only have to you'd have to have about 20 beauty blenders.
Well, that's what I was saying in the first video.
Yeah,
I take between 10 to 15 sponges with me, because I'm like, if someone wants a sponge,
got a suitcase full of sponges.
100%, nothing else.
So you just asking a couple of questions about the new 20-week pro course. Will there be the options for bronze, silver and gold for the new 20-week course? Yes, there will. So there's going to be a bronze, silver and gold package for the new 20-week pro course. We want to make it affordable to everyone's like price range. So no matter who you are, you can kind of get involved. Also, you'd ask if there's going to be another tier with perhaps we can get a kit and a DVD instead of having to actually come to the academy in person, because we do understand that a lot of you are from all over the world, and obviously it's not very easy for you guys to just kind of nip to the academy. That is something that we will be discussing, and we might potentially put kind of a kind of section in for that bit, but I'm glad you've kind of brought that back up to the forefront of my thoughts as well, because I'll sit down with Kirsty today and have that kind of discussion.
Okay.
So I'm just contouring the same as we did earlier, putting it in all the same areas. I put a little bit underneath the lip to help give it a shape. We're going to do a little bit on the chin as well to make that area a bit more defined, and we're also doing the Cupid's bow area as well to kind of like lift my top lip up a little bit, because we're not going to be overdrawing the lip, so we need to try and give it as much volume as we can. And we're going to blend that in with the same brush I used this morning, which is the NYX 23 brush.
Oh, are they saying Uruguay?
What?
Uruguay?
I don't know what that is.
I think that's what Jessica and Alison are saying. Some people are just saying, hi Abby, is there any free dates or cancellations as I'm doing my accreditation exam online now? The best thing for you can do for that, Tina, is actually just ring the academy. So if you ring the shop, and I'll just type in the number 0161. Oh, I don't know what I'm typing here. 0161 459 7420. So if you ring the academy and just speak to Helen or Trisha, they will see if there have been any cancellations for the pro course. The thing about today is we actually had loads of cancellations. We didn't have many people turn up for the pro course today at all, which is really upsetting, because I know a lot of you have been waiting and dying to get into these pro sessions and you haven't been able to get in because they've been fully booked, and then people have not turned up, which is just a little bit gutting. Like, so if anyone does know that they can't turn up for a certain session, please ring us and let us know, because it just means we can ring the people that are actually like waiting for a spot to be able to come to the academy. But the best thing you can do, Tina, is actually just call the academy, and Trish and Helen will be able to have a look through and see if we've got any cancellations for any days in Jan.
So the base is down, and now we're going to use the P. Louise base in Popping Pink as a liquid blush. So we'll tread carefully. So I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. There we go. And then we're literally going to use the tiniest bit and see what happens. Oh, could you imagine? Looks cute, right?
So if you guys wanted a new way to use the P. Louise base, if you didn't know about enough ways already, Alyssa's showing us how to use is it the pink one?
We're using Poppin' Pink. Yeah.
Poppin' Pink, and we're just using that as a bit of a cream blush, really. So
I know what I should have done.
What?
I should have used the bases to colour correct and beard cover, because they're perfect for that. So basically, I'm an idiot.
For everything.
You can use them for like, they're the good consistencies that you can use them for your like beard cover or like under eye brightening or whatever you want to use it for.
To cover that beard?
Yeah.
Well,
I think you need more than that tube.
You'd have to shave it off first.
But his hair colour is the one that you would have to, because it's black, so it would grow back like blue. You just look like you have blue skin.
Will be the first time.
I was going to say something. Oh, so yeah, as well, like we were talking about using this as a cream blush. It's a nice alternative to powder blush, especially if you do have dry skin. It's really hydrating these peely bases, which is what's lovely about them.
So we're going higher, like bringing it all the way up into the sides where the temples are, because it's going to be a bit more like an 80s style blush that we're doing. And obviously right now it looks hella crazy and you're probably thinking like, what's going on? But it has to get better, it has to get worse before it gets better. So in the end, this will be so subtle, but it'll just add the perfect base when we add the blushes on top of it. There we go. Now we're going to do the nose. So same techniques that we used earlier. I'm just going to draw the contour cream onto the back of my hand. And again, you can see everything's just been warming up on the back of my hand, as it just makes it easier to use on the skin. And we're just going to go straight down the sides. We're going a little bit higher and making the nose a little bit thinner, because we are wanting this look to be way more dramatic than we did this morning. And you can see it's just becoming really defined. And then we'll round the ends off a little bit. And then we'll just use a sponge to blend out the edges. So what I'm doing now is I'm just brightening up around it to make sure that it looks super bright and that it's not kind of like looking too muddy with the contour colours.
Sorry.
Oh, that sounds horrible. Once the nose is done, we're going to move on to doing the negative brows. Now for this, let me just see what product we're going to use. We'll use the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. This is really nice. It's really light as well, so it's perfect for creating like that super highlight shade.
If there is a beard, how do you cover it? Is it colour correcting or do you literally have to shave it off?
Oh yeah, so like if someone's got a beard and they don't want to shave it, there isn't a way to cover it. Like you can't glue it down because it'll just create texture. So you either have to shave it off or you can rock a bearded look. There isn't really like a way to have...
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, you've got to have one or the other.
Yeah. That was a question I wasn't asking myself.
So I'm just using some of that Huda concealer because it's really, really light. And I'm just going to pat that on my under eye just to brighten up these inner corners even more. And a little bit here and down the sides here and there. And I'm really just kind of like making sure it's packed into the skin because my under eyes are looking a little bit dehydrated and they're creasing a lot easier than they normally do. So you just want to make sure that they're all blended in really well. And I'm just gently tapping out the concealer just to get it perfect. There we go. So now we actually are going to do the negative brows. But I just couldn't help myself, like I always look and I'm like, I just want more concealer on. So, right, so we're going to use this kind of like flat packing brush, and this is one of the P. Louise ones, and I'm just kind of like pulling the brush back and forth on my hand to make sure it's really loaded up with product, like that. And then I'm just gonna kind of just wing it really. I don't really have an idea, I just want to go up and round. There we go. And then what we're going to do now is you take the contour colour on the flat brush to define it, to make it extra prominent. And what you do is you just run it above the lightened area where we created the highlight. And what this will do is it will make it seem like you've got a brow there even though we're not going to have one.
Is this the P. Louise base?
No, so we're not using the P. Louise base yet. We will be using it for to prep the lid for the eyeshadow, but I wanted to use the Huda concealer just to create the brow highlight because it's really bright and I wanted you to be able to see it really well. But again, I cleaned up my brows this morning with the P. Louise base, so you can use the P. Louise base to map this out if you wanted to. And then, yeah, it's perfect. So now we'll just kind of like tap out the edges of the top bit where the contour colour is. And then you blend the front like we did earlier with the brow. Like that. And then we'll just kind of blend out the concealer. And then, just to make sure it's all blended out, I'm just going in with my finger so I can get right into the centre. And there we go, you can just see it's got like the negative shape now. There's not going to be any brows up there, it's just going to stay like that kind of shape. Now we just need to match it for the other side. Which of this you will have to take your time and do just to get them perfect. So I'm just looking into the light and I'll just start by lightly kind of mapping out the shape. Go a little bit higher. That's more or less even, so we're going to then just clean up the top of it and make it more defined using the contour cream. And I do want to make these as neat and as close as possible, so I'm just really taking my time and looking in the mirror just to make sure that I can get them as close as possible. So the front is more or less symmetrical, but the arch is a little bit too much. This one's still a little bit higher, so we're just going to keep refining it back until we get it where we want it to be. There we go. So it does take a little bit of time to kind of like get everything perfected, but there we go. And then we'll just get rid of all this contour shade. Perfect. So now we're going to start on eyeshadow. So I'm going to just get the eyeshadow palette we're going to be using, which is, we're going to be using the Carnival, what's this one called? It's the Carnival palette by Stacey Marie. So we're going to be using this one for the blue. We're going to be using this one for the blue shades, and then we're going to be using the Sample Beauty palette for the red shades. So I'm going to use the P. Louise base in Rumour 01, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of this on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to pick it up on that flat brush and just pat it into the lid. So I'm just going to take an angled brush, and this one is as the Weaver wing liner in a 317, and I'm just going to pick up a red shade, and I'm just going to start mapping out the shape of the eye. So I want to create a nice big wing coming out the back, and then bring it into the eye, and then we're going to go over the lid like that, and then we'll do it in a corner bit as well. Okay. And then I'm going to use the Peaches PC33 brush, and I'm going to pick up a more deeper red shade. So I'll just show you what colours we're using. So we're using this red here to map out the shape, and now we're going to start using this shade here to define everything, and we're going to work between these two to blend them out. So we're just literally patting this, like kind of like rubbing it into the skin.
Zoom in a little bit.
Yeah.
There's the ones being used downstairs, so I can only get close with the camera. So if you could move them palettes for me, I'll just move them to the side. Bring this a little bit closer.
Is that alright?
Get yourself comfy for me, Alice. Yep.
Yeah. And I'm just literally, I'm kind of like tapping it into the skin, but kind of like twisting it at the same time, just to make sure I'm getting as much pigment onto the skin. And now we're going to want to do, like, we're doing a cut crease, so this bit here is going to be cut, but we do want to blend across the lid. So I'm still using that same deeper red shade, and I'm just layering it. There we go.
Oh, looking good, looking good.
And I'm just filling the back part in with the angle brush to get it as precise. The precise you get it to begin with, the less you got to clean up afterwards. And I hate having to clean things up with concealer, so I try and draw it perfect the first time.
Is that volume 1 or volume 2 of the sample beauty palette?
It's the one with the mirror.
The one with the mirror, so we don't know which one that is.
It's the Peridium Shift
I feel
palette.
like that might be number 2 or something.
Because I know they did one, and then they discontinued it because it wasn't pressed right, and then they redid it and brought it back, didn't they?
That's a nice little tiny brush.
So now I've got basically the whole area mapped out. I'm just kind of really tweaking the shape just to get it really like swooping up at the front and then flicking out at the back. There we go. Now we're going to cut the crease. So we're going to use that P. Louise base again. Do these brushes have names?
They don't actually.
Or just the mirror ones?
Yeah, mirror brushes. Little mirror brush set. I just love the packaging of all the new stuff. It's just
It is super cute.
I know, isn't it? And it'll have little stories on it.
A lot of different.
Yeah. So if you got, when the masterclass box come, it had a big story in it. It was like Once upon a time there was a girl called Paige, and it like tells the story of her
Oh,
life.
that's so cute.
I don't know how to open this.
So this is just one of the like the flat brushes from the Mirror set, and I'm just literally loading my brush up with the P. Louise base, and we're using number 1. So I'm just loading my brush up with that, and then we're just gonna start pressing it onto the lid. I'm doing is I'm putting it on the lid here, and then I'm going to tilt my head forward and then look up to the ceiling, and then you can see where it prints to, and then that just gives me my crease, so I don't have to try and draw one. I don't have to do any hard work because my hooded eyelids do it for me.
And that's the transfer point. So when you guys say like, what do I do when I've put pigment on the eye and I realise I've not cut it high enough, like that's a little tip what you can get your clients to do. You can get them to do exactly that movement, and that is the point that when you carve the lid, whenever they're going to look up, it's always just going to transfer back to that point, so you know that your whatever you put on the lid is never going to transfer higher than that.
What she said. I'm just going to switch out for a smaller brush because I get nervous with big brushes.
Tiny one.
Yeah, there should be one in here somewhere.
So this is the bit, guys, where you all hold your breath when you're carving the lid. It's like, don't breathe.
Literally, this is the part where you're like, holy mother of God, I have just screwed this up. Just kidding, we're going to kill it. That's what you have to tell yourself that, otherwise it's game over.
Exactly.
So I've just got a little smaller brush, just because I could do it with a big one, but it's too like nerve-wracking. I like a small brush, I can just like get in and do little steps.
Do what you used to.
There we go, so I've done my inner arch. Now I need a flat brush, because I like to do my straight edges with a flat brush. Do you like doing that? Or do you just always use like a curved brush?
For what, sorry?
Like a straight edge?
For what, carving the lid?
Yes, like now I'm going to do like a straight edge going back along.
Always a curved brush.
Oh really?
Yeah, I always look at someone with a straight brush and I think, how do you do that?
See, because I'm going to do like the straight line here going down.
No,
so
just still a curved brush.
Oh really? Yeah. See, I wish I could do it with a curved brush, so I won't have to use so many brushes.
Yeah.
So now I'm just using the Anastasia 20 brush, or if you've got skills, you can just use the one curved brush.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to press it on the skin.
Good.
And now I'm leaving a little bit of the lighter shade here coming back up into the wing, and that's just because the lightness and the pigment we put there later will just add a bit more dimension to it.
Yeah, I know.
There we go.
I've literally just been passing details there.
Right, so now we're going to start blending the colour back along the lid, and we're going to use, is this dirty or clean? Dirty. We're going to use, okay, so we're going to use a Morphe M456, and I'm going to pick up that hot red shade that I showed you in the beginning, which is just this one here, and we're using this one to blend out this one, and then we're going to set the lid with the white. Oh, she's going to attempt to. And I'm just going to start tapping this on the edge of that darker red. All the way out to that line, just to blur it a little bit. But I'm going to keep it diagonal going down to lash, and what this will do is when we put a little bit of black in there in the end, it'll kind of be like a runway, and then it'll just kind of like pull the eyes back because the darkness will create like that lift. So I never want to like blend this way, I like blending down for this kind of eye shape.
Yeah, and it creates a bit of like
Yep.
So just as someone asking, is there going to be another Pro Life course? Will we get a discount? That is a good question, because it's not something we've discussed at this point. We will be doing another Pro course. As you already know, the course is massively discounted anyway. Like, the amount of skill and like opportunity that you get coming into the academy is amazing, and so it's something that we would need to discuss. I couldn't wholeheartedly say right now we could give you a discount, because ultimately it's not my business, it's Paige's. So we'll have that sit down as a team and we'll see if there's something that we can do. Obviously we'd love to see you guys back on the Pro course and see familiar names, not faces, because I can't see your faces, I can only see your names on the screen. But yes.
Now I'm just going to take the matte white brush, and I'm using the Anastasia A3 brush, and I'm just going to take the matte white and just tap out any creases with my finger, and then just start to pack in the white shade.
Yeah, it was it's done, sorted.
And I'm going to start tapping the white over the red to soften the red, and then it'll make it easier to blend the red back over. And now I'm just going to blend the two together. And for this, I'm kind of like making sure that my brush is super almost clean, but there's like the tiniest bit of product on, and it'll just help diffusing the edge like easier. But they already know eyeshadow, right?
You are?
They've already learned loads of eyeshadow stuff.
Yes. I should know everything by now, week 18. Do you have like favourite colours you like to work with? Do you like your pinks, or do you like your oranges? Pinks. Yeah.
I like to use... I always like using like a reddy tone, like pinks.
And red's like always really hard to get red, and that's why we love the P. Louise base, because the hard thing was always getting something red, and a P. Louise base that's red.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
Now we're back on.
Okay. So in case you missed it, I'm just mixing the black with a little bit of the darker red shade to create like an even deeper red, and I'm just smoking this along the lash line and just really deepening up the outer V and going into the wing of the eye. And then we're going to pick up a little bit more of the black just by itself and put that right in the corner. So we're almost creating like a really nice smoky winged liner. Oh, I forgot to pigment in that one. I use this palette for ages. It's one of my favourites, but because I keep getting like so much stuff coming in with like PR and stuff, I'm always like, I never get to use my favourite stuff. So like today I was like, I get to take all my favourite stuff. I was like, Carnival palette, Sample Viewer palette, we're good to go.
Yeah, but then it's going to be the P. Louise Secret Sinner palette.
Honestly, I'm going to go home tonight and use it.
It is such a beautiful palette, and that's not even me bigging it up. Like, obviously I've tried the other palettes as well, and I just think it's absolutely insane, the pigmentation. Like, when you just literally put your fingers in.
Yeah, I swatched it earlier and I used a baby wipe and they were still.
Yeah,
and the was like, you were on my hand for 10 seconds.
They're so good.
And then going to go back to that winged liner brush and just really define the edge. Like that. And then we'll use the flat brush with some of the Huda concealer and just stamp it against the side to make it super sharp. Like that. Damn. She is smoky. Right, this is something you shouldn't do on clients, but this is my own brush, so I can do it, and it's my own face. I like to lick the bristles. But the palettes I'm using I don't use on clients anyway, so I can do whatever I want. And I literally just go, and then I like squeegee my brush off, like really pull it tight, and then I'll coat the sides with like the red, and then it will work like a liner.
So if you guys wanted a
or I could have just used a P. Louise base
for your kit, like for when you're working on obviously clients. The good thing is you use the sealing gel from the Lamaska.
Oh, use this.
Oh yeah.
Just use the red, whatever colour you need. Exactly. They've got them all. Or the Duraline from Inglot.
Yes, Duraline from Inglot, or the sealing gel from Lamaska as well. Like mixing them together, very nice. That turns anything that's powdered into a liquid liner, which is really good to get having your kit if you're really worried about ever thinking, oh my god, I don't have a liner in my kit that's that colour. If you have the sealing gel, any eyeshadow will turn into that liner colour, which is great.
That is absolutely brilliant, and I should do that, but I do not. And again, I'm just making my inner corner point now. So we're just mapping that out. There we go. And then we'll just fill in that bit with a small brush. And you can see that kind of like cat eye shape that's now forming, which looks hella cute. And I'm just going to get rid of this. Actually, this fallout's not going to go that easy because it's quite heavy. So if your fallout is quite severe, I'd say I like to kind of like re-stick the product to my brush. So I'll kind of like just twist a wet concealer brush around on it, and it kind of gets rid of most of it for you. And then you can just blend away the damage with your sponge. Now for the lower lash line, we're going to make sure that the creases are all buffed away, and we're just going to link these together. So we're going to use the dark red first, and we're just going to hug the lash line really close. We don't really want to buff this out or blend this out too much. There we go.
Charlotte says, do you prefer to use smaller headed brushes for definition?
Yes, I think when you really try to define a crease, there's nothing worse than having a brush that just blows the colour everywhere. I think using a brush that's like this fine is a little bit too fine maybe, but I mean, using something like this.
Yeah.
These ones are like, I really like, the My Kitco ones are really nice. This is the 1.20, one of my favourites to use. So once we've kind of got that shape in, I'm just going to use the black to kind of define the outer V. And then you can just see like how it's like just looks like it's pulling my eye back.
Yeah.
And especially like if I look down now in the picture, you can see it's just gonna pull up. And again, just packing on more black near the lash line. And now we're just gonna create like a really clean shape. So I'm just gonna buff the concealer right up against it to create that really defined shape. And then that's your eye shape done. It's super graphic, super blended, and you can just see like how cute it looks. And then the last step, we're just to add the pigment on the lid. I need to kind of see which pigments we're going to use, because I think I kind of like the contrast of the white to the red. What do you think?
What was your question?
You should be listening.
So not
I was going to use either Sprinkle of Passion or Hint of Desire, but I was thinking, because I really like the white to red blend,
yes.
So I was thinking of just putting Pixie or Starlight from Peaches just on the white to make it sparkle.
Yeah.
Just like a hint of like a little shimmer.
Yeah. Or you could even do
What have I got with me? Let's have a
from
look.
the white into like one of these two, and then into the pink. So it's got like a slither of the big one.
Listen, I'm not you, so I'm not going to be able to do like infinite details. I've got Prin, Disco, Starlight, Mermaids, Pearl for highlight, Pixie, and Hollywood with me.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So what do you think I should do? I'm just get my pigment adhesive.
Yeah, I think you should do like Pixie
Yeah.
into a little bit of that just before that joins the dark pink. Does that make sense?
So like, you think...
You do what you think.
Right, I'll start with
'Cause
Pixie.
it's not meant to be for you, it's meant to be yours. You do. You do you.
You do you, hon.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So I'm just going to take the pigment adhesive that we used earlier, and I'm just going to start pressing that into the lid. I need a bit more. Yeah, and I'm just going to start pressing the pigment adhesive into the lid.
What is the pigment adhesive brand you're using?
It's just the NYX one.
Oh, the next one?
Normally I use the Peaches and Cream one, but I forgot it.
Oh yeah.
Trust me.
I think that's one thing we do actually have.
Literally, I shouldn't have even brought makeup. I should have been like, right, guys, I need this. And then that's going to dry soon, and I should have found this brush before I applied it.
Oh no, looking for your brush when you got your glue on your eye, like, keep looking down.
Oh my god. Right, we're just going to use this one. It's not clean, but it's fine. So I'm just going to use a flat concealer brush to pick up the pigment. It looks cute.
Yes. Love it. Love it.
And then, oh yeah, I think I'm just going to keep it with this. Just this one, I think. Oh, that is really cute.
Like this. Glow, glow, glow.
How's it go again, have it?
Glow, glow, glow.
baby sleeping there.
She's that loud.
There we go. And then just to kind of melt the edges together, I'm just going to dust off any excess. Just. There we go, that'll do. That'll do, danke.
That'll do.
Now we're going to do the blue eye.
The pigment that was Pixie, wasn't it?
We use Pixie to get the pink shimmer.
And that's peach and cream, guys.
I think I might just stick with the Sample Beauty palette because, oh, I do love this one though. No, we're going to use the Carnival one. And you know what? I'm going to just use it while I'm here.
What colours are you using?
The blues.
Oh, you should use one of our blues. We got blue in your palette, haven't we?
Do you have a
Which
blue?
blue is it using?
We're going to be using this one and this one.
What colour?
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
You're going to damage the packaging.
It's really like stiff, the packaging. You can't get your fingers in, isn't it?
Jesus Christ.
I know.
I just can't get over how like big this is.
Weighty it is.
Like in real life, it's double the size I thought it was going to be, and it's like I could kill someone with this. Like
until you show someone like the pan sizes next to a normal pan size, like you don't realise how big it is. Has it got blue in there?
it's got like this,
Oh yeah.
which is
like
kind.
turquoise, isn't it?
I could use that.
Yeah, go on.
I could use that. We'll use that.
Do
You
it,
know.
Do it.
Like what am I doing? So just to show you like how big this is, which you've probably already seen it, so you already know. But like, you only get to check this.
Sure.
This is a Sample Beauty one, right? No teeth or no shade to this one. I absolutely love this palette, but
It's just mad, isn't it? Like I feel like until you put it next to something, you don't realise.
like it's insane.
Yeah.
Like it's a joke.
You can't run out of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't think I'll ever run out
Do you know
of
what's
this.
the nice about the thing that the way the page like designed it? You can pop the little tray out. So if you want the tray, if you feel like this is too weighty for your kit, this tray actually pops out, and then you can keep this as like a jewellery box or a trinket box and stuff.
Are you being
I know,
serious?
it's so cute.
What the?
I know, amazing.
Oh, okay.
She's got good ideas.
So we're going to be using the turquoise blue from the P. palette, and we're going to be using this baby blue here. We're going to do the exact same steps we did on the other eye. So have I even primed this lid yet? Absolutely not.
Pat it out.
So again, we're just using P. Louise, because what else we're going to use? I'm just picking it up on a big brush and just pieing like there's no tomorrow.
So just going back in with the P. base, obviously patting all over the lid, because obviously now that Ellis has been working on the other side of the eye, because it is a cream product, it's going to crease a little bit. So just patting that out, ready to go back in with his shades, so they stick and they're nice and pigmented.
I'm a little bit scared to use this palette because everyone I know is like, it is ridiculously pigmented, and I'm kind of like, so let's.
Exciting times.
No, I'm honestly scared. What if it's
Do
too?
you have like loads of the same brush? Is that one thing that you'd recommend to people to
Yes,
have?
like I can't find them now, and it's going to take too much time, so I'll just use a sim on it. So, oh, that one's got iron on it. Yeah, I have like every brush that's my favourite. I must have at least 3 to 4 of it in my collection, and that's just literally because I think there's nothing worse than when you're doing like you got like back-to-back clients, and then that brush that you absolutely love, but then
and it's got black on it and you want it for white.
and yeah, literally, or you've got like one client and you don't have time to sanitize it for your next client.
Exactly.
So you just gotta have, you know. Right, so I'm just gonna pick up that P. Louise blue shade. This shade is called Affair. Oh god. And we're just gonna, I'm real scared to do this. I'm just gonna, I don't need to, right, let's do this. So we're gonna go, I know it's alright. So I'm just looking to make sure my wings are going to be even.
Getting that symmetry there.
And I tapped off the excess, not because I don't want pigment, but like I don't need that much pigment straight away.
Yeah, and you don't want it to fall. You don't fall out, do you? So a look like this one, how if you were going out and getting ready, and like in the dream world, how long would you want to create this look?
Oh, the time that we've got today is like,
Yeah.
like I think for me, like when I'm going out, I don't go out looking like this. The look I did earlier is kind of like a going out look for me.
Yeah.
I just like going out
Not
looking
too
like
crazy,
a bit normal drag.
Yeah.
It's for my Instagram. It's when I'm like turning into like a
you get to
lightning
look
woman
like-
or like a phoenix, or you know what I mean. That's what I love to do. But you can't really wear those to the club because people just look at you like, what the hell? And I'm like, just leave me alone. Having a good time.
You spent more time doing your makeup than actually out partying.
Yeah, no, that is the truth. That is the truth.
Rudy knows the pain, don't we?
Yeah. I have that problem all the time.
Every weekend.
All that beard grooming.
Yeah.
He's actually drawn on.
Every day, individual hair.
The gag would be if it's true that is just drawn on and you don't actually have a beard. So they're a little bit uneven.
Oh, someone just said, Angela Jones just said, it's my birthday tomorrow and I've been following Ellie's for ages. This is such a perfect present. Thank you guys.
Oh, that's so
That's so
cute.
Give a shout out happy birthday to Angela.
Happy birthday, Angela. How old's Angela going to be?
How old are you going to be, Angela?
How many
I need
times
to
have you
know.
been 21?
Yeah.
That's how I get
One,
it.
or is it a couple? Right, I'm going to confirm this.
So now I'm just using that same little definer brush and we're just going to start doing what we did on the other eye by packing on the blue shade.
I'm going to drop you a little follow as well, Alice.
Oh, thank you.
My little pony lover.
See?
Self-proclaimed catfish.
It's true.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, the snowman.
How long have you been doing makeup for now, Alice?
So I've been doing makeup on myself for like 5-ish years, but I'd say I've only been a makeup artist for like 2 years because I think just because you can do makeup on yourself, you're not a makeup artist.
Yeah.
You know, like I actually wanted to go out into the world of makeup and earn a living through me and my makeup, and I've been doing that for like the last 2 years now. So I think 2 years as a makeup artist, but 5
Yeah,
years.
you've been like established for 2 years, but you've been doing it for 5.
Yeah. I think as well, like so many people just want to be like, I'm a makeup artist, and it's like you've got all the time in the world to go out and earn your stripes and learn from the best that there is. And I think so many people are in such a rush at the moment just to be like, oh, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, and I've just really enjoyed,
Like the journey.
yeah, like being here today. Like I've picked up so many tips already
Yeah.
that I didn't do in my makeup already just from being here, and I got asked to come here to do this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just love that. Like you can just keep learning. So they're more or less symmetrical. We're just going to make sure the pigment is packed on now. And when I say to you, I'm hardly picking up any of the P. Louise eyeshadows. I'm tapping my brush tiny into the thing, and my brush, you can see, is literally like saturated in product. How far have you gone back?
Just having a nosy.
That's basically what I used to go to the club looking like. It's fun, really. I got rid of so much on there. I used to have like 1,400 pictures on there. But then I just thought one day I was just like, I wanted to have a clean up and just get rid of all the crap off there. So I just like left either funny stuff on or like stuff that actually looked good. Hence, breasts and double chins.
Rudy's nosing through all your work. Like this one. Black and white skin, but colour. Okay, have I missed any questions? Angela says she's only 29.
Oh, that's a cute age.
Yeah. And I'm on the 10th of a Capricorn and January babies. And Harasifat, I always say her name wrong, she's turning 21 on the 10th.
Well, happy birthday to everyone who has a birthday today.
I'll have it in January and February, March, April, May, June.
Basically, if you are turning another year older this year, happy birthday.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'll just fill you in, guys, briefly on your kits. So I don't want to confirm anything at the moment, and what Paige is actually doing. Paige is currently on a live at the moment, so I can't actually pull her away and confirm anything, and I don't want to do that anything without her permission. So what we will be doing is sending an email out, and it'll be in the next 24 hours with confirmation of all the kit details, whether you can have it early and you pay posting and packaging, or that kind of information, and so we'll send that out to you in the next 24 hours. So keep an eye out for an email.
How are we doing for time wise? We're doing good for time.
Oh, half free. Yeah, we've got like an hour and a half left.
Oh, same checkpoint as last time. We're doing good.
That's amazing.
Oh, the
Half face. Let's have a little scan for it.
The funny thing is, when I do a makeup look, I never really know if I'm going to be able to do it or not. I just do it, and then what you see on my Instagram is the first attempt. There's never any practices. It's just that, which is the most.
Hoping it's gonna go right, and then.
But that's like you guys here though.
Out.
You'll have an idea when you're at home in bed. You're like, oh, I want to do this tomorrow. This color, this color, this color, and then you do it, and you're like, oh my god, it worked. But then some days you try and blend colors, and you're like, it's going grey.
Sometimes you're like thinking about something, you're like, is it gonna work? And then you start doing it, and you're like,
It's not gonna
why
work.
have I done this? But then you manage to pull it back. Okay. What is your favourite kind of like makeup to do? Is it like more like creative kind of side, or is it more like that glam?
For me, if I'm being completely 100% honest, it's the glam side.
Is it?
I love doing all the glam makeup, but the only reason, and this sounds really bad, the only reason I can't really do it is because all the followers on my account have come from the creative, crazy looks, and they don't really like they do like the glam side, but they never do as well on my Instagram at all.
Yeah.
So I have to do like a mixture of like glam and creative looks.
Do you ever just go downstairs to your mum and be like, hello?
Oh my
And you
god.
got a random look on your face. Like,
Yeah, so in my house, so
every day.
we live in a bungalow.
Yeah.
So my bedroom is the whole upstairs of the house,
Yeah.
and then the spare bedroom is my makeup room, which is downstairs.
Yeah.
And I've got like my setup downstairs, and my mum literally will come in, she's like, I'm cooking pizza and chips for tea tonight. And I'm literally there like a pumpkin, like, hi. And she's like, but now she's got to a stage where she's kind of like,
Just
maybe
not.
I'd add a bit more like yellow in there. And I'm like,
You're like,
are you
oh,
criticising me? Who are you? My nanny's the same. Literally, my nanny's like, oh, if I was to do it, maybe I'd have changed this. And I'm like, listen,
Yeah, that's like my mum.
listen,
Like,
Geraldine,
oh, okay.
you didn't do it.
Yeah. Show me what you can do, and then we'll see. We'll see.
So now we're using the blue from the Stacey Marie Carnival palette, and this shade is the, oh, I can't even see it. Oh, it's covered in crap. Sky. Oh, a blue shade called Sky.
How did you create this glitter look?
So I painted my full face with a TV paint stick,
Yeah.
a grease paint, because and then I washed it off with fairy liquid, knowing that the grease would get washed away with the fairy liquid so it wouldn't stay.
Yeah.
And then I just packed on glitter over the top. Like, you can literally see me packing it on, and then all of a sudden I'm just sparkly as hell.
Was it really fun to do?
Oh my god,
Did it take you ages?
that look was done in about half an hour.
Really?
Yeah, because literally had a sponge and a powder puff, and I was just going pa 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 pa, like literally getting as much on as I could.
It's so effective as well.
Oh,
isn't
like
it?
that literally broke like all the records on my Instagram account.
Really?
The most impressions, not the most likes, but it's my most viewed video.
Yeah.
It's my most like the most impressions I've ever got on a post.
What?
You were insane.
It just looks so like crazy, doesn't it? Really.
And now we're going to use the white. Oh, pull the palette away. God damn it. And then we're going to use the white from the Sample Beauty palette just to set the lid again. Are you still on my Instagram?
Yeah, I'm just. So this one's very wearable.
Oh, that was my, they were for Halloween.
Very Sunday morning look.
Halloween did really well on my account.
Yeah, because you got so many creative ideas, so it's just really fun to see, isn't it? Helen, you're just saying about your email, because you're not on the email list. Can you just either pop your email on here, so we've got it, just so I can make sure you are on the email list as well. What is it with Suicide Squad? Is it blue and pink that she wears?
Oh yeah.
Half and half.
Yeah. That wasn't intentional, by the way.
They're just the opposite of each other. Well, really, because boy girl, blue pink.
Yeah.
So it's just your go-to. But my favourite colour is turquoise. Anything with turquoisey, greeny blues, I just love.
Oh really?
What are you trying to get, Kirsty?
Ooh. And I'm literally just now using the black and going in with the deeper blue just to kind of like darken the outer corner. And then we'll just clean up the wing.
I'm keeping you, Rudy.
I'm a little bit tired.
I got up this morning and I was like, I don't want to do this today. I was like, I don't want to go here.
It's so weird because it's so close to Christmas. I don't think people can really get into that rhythm yet. And I'm just so thankful it's a half week. Do you know what I mean? Like, if this was a full week that we had to do, I don't think I'd be able to cope. I feel like it's a 2-week week. But we only came back on the Wednesday, so one day it's the weekend again.
Well, you've all enjoyed time off.
Have you been working?
Yeah, because I'm like self-employed, so like if like
doing loads of
freelance, if jobs come up like paid videos and things like that, then you just got. To be fair, I love it though, so
it's exactly, it's not a bad job to us, is it?
You know.
So, have you guys all on the live been busy over Christmas doing like lots of makeups, like going out makeups? Have you been like packed with loads of freelance and stuff? And let us know how you've been getting on over Christmas.
Yeah, let's hear about you. All you've done all day is hear about me.
I know.
Let's get to know you guys at home.
Let's know about how many makeup appointments you've been doing. I couldn't get my words out then.
Right, let's get rid of that fallout.
Maria says, us making this look so easy, skills are bomb.
I like on the inside. I'm like, so I'm like all the time. Whenever you're doing it, you literally just like.
The only bit that you can actually breathe again is when the makeup is complete and you're like.
When you just step back and you're like, right, I can't do no more.
Yes, definitely. So you're just cleaning up back there with a little bit of concealer?
Yeah, so
that fallout.
Because obviously the shadows are so pigmented, an angle brush doesn't hold as much product. So when I picked up all the thing not knowing, it was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And I was like, please. So yeah, now we're just going to do the underneath. So we're going to take the same dark shade that we used to map out the whole eye design, and we're just going to
Connect it through.
So do you do like freelance as well, or do you just work here full time, or?
Just work here full time. This is enough of a full time job for me to do freelance as well. But some of the other girls do enjoy doing a bit of freelance and stuff, so that's really nice. But Paige has basically been kind enough to give us the option to, if we want to do it on the weekends, we can do. But it's up to us really. And because I feel like I've been doing makeup for a long time, I've been doing it about 8 years. For me, I've always worked weekends my whole life.
Oh,
and
yeah.
when Paige gave us the opportunity to have the weekends off, I was like, I'm taking that with both hands, and I'm never going to work a weekend unless I have to again. But yeah, the last time I worked a weekend, actually, I've had to work. I've not had to work many weekends this year, but the one weekend I had to work was
You mean
the
last
same
year?
day. Yeah, last year. The same day as the palette launch. So me and the other little Abby had to work all day. We did actually with you pro guys. I think it might have been some of you guys. We did a day session with you guys, and then we were going out to the palette launch straight after. But everyone else got to go straight to the palette launch. I thought, what weekend to blooming be working?
Oh yeah, that is a.
Yeah. But a lot of
That party looked so cool.
a lot of the other girls do love doing the freelance and stuff, but for me, because I feel like I've been doing it so long, I really do cherish the weekends and the family time that I get. So you gotta do what's right for you.
No, 100%. And I think a lot of the time people are always like, make money while you're young, and it's like, well, listen, bitch.
But yeah, I also want to enjoy.
Yeah, like I want to chill out.
life. Yeah. I put on some new makeup looks over the break and typically get maybe 200 likes, but on my last one I got 1,700. It was crazy. Since starting these classes, you guys helped me so much. That is amazing. 1,700 likes. That is honestly incredible.
Honestly, especially with how the algorithm is at the moment.
Exactly.
Like I have like 70,000 followers, and like the video I put up the other day didn't even get 10,000 views, and some of my videos I get.
What do they usually get?
Like anywhere from 30 to 130,000.
So explain what this algorithm is going on with the Instagram.
So basically, before you would do like a makeup look and everyone would just see it in the order it was posted.
Yes.
Instagram took that away now, and they now predict what your followers want to see out of all the people they follow.
Oh, really?
So if they interact with me more than you, they'll always see my
You
post
first.
before you, even if you post more. There's like followers of mine who like, oh, haven't.
It's making it harder for newer people to
Yeah,
kind of come out of the woodwork. That's not very nice.
it's not. It's horrible.
That's like favouriting like Instagrammers and stuff like that. So that's upsetting. But yeah.
It's horrible.
So how would you go like about that? I guess would you just like tag more, or would you?
Honestly, because there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Like I use different hashtags. I've tried different things.
Yes.
Like I never had to use hashtags to get to the followers I've got now.
Yeah.
It's only from 60,000 to 70,000. I had to start using hashtags to get seen more because I was losing more followers than I was gaining.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed in my Instagram. Mine constantly goes up and then down.
Yeah.
Up, down. It goes up and down with the same amount, like literally within a day.
And do you have the same set of hashtags you use on every post?
No, different ones, turn them around, different brands are tagging. Like at Halloween, in 1 month, I went from like 60,000 to 70,000 in a month, right? It's now from November to now, and I'm now on 70.8, which means I've gained 800 from November to now.
So you should have gained a lot more.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, mine just constantly goes up and then back down, up and back down, and it's like a constant thing. And I think Instagram is really difficult at the moment to kind of work on, which is really sad because Instagram used to be the place that if you
You'd go,
yeah,
you know?
you'd go and you wouldn't have to know about all these algorithms. You could just do makeup, put it on there, and people would see it. And it's just now it's just getting a bit silly.
The thing that gives me hope with it all is, even when my content's not doing as well, I'm still being noticed for the quality I'm posting by other people and brands.
Yeah.
So I'd always say like, never get disheartened by it. Always just keep going and doing what you're doing, because people are still seeing it and noticing it and love what you're doing. So
It's just about like interacting, I guess, more with your followers, which I think is a nice thing actually. But
What are we doing for time? Are we alright?
Yeah, we're doing about 20 to quarter.
How long have we got left?
An hour and 20, an hour and 15.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So, is this Angela? Angela, you're only 17 years old. I thought she said. Oh no, this is Daily. Daily, sorry. You're only 17. She's only 17 years old, and she's got some amazing stuff. Look at her.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful.
Oh my god, this one here.
Yeah.
With the turquoise and the pink.
So we're just having a little look. I've just followed Angie Ray MUA, whoever this is. I'm not sure who this one is. But there's some beautiful stuff on there.
No, that's cute.
Oh.
Oh my god, my under eyes are so dehydrated.
Do you want a drink?
No, my under eyes.
Oh.
My under eyes would love
though.
a drink. Oh god, that's so funny.
Everybody's like, okay. No.
Could you imagine? Right guys, I swear we're nearly finished and we can move on to the next part of the look. I need to put like another pigment on this eye. Right, now we're going to use Mermaids, which is one of my all-time favourite pigments.
Yes.
It's...
Anything turquoise has got me. So,
She got me hooked!
yeah. So this is...
Oh, you know what we can use? I'm doing the purple lip. We can use the pinks and the pearls from here.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So now we're just going to add Mermaids and we're using that same pigment adhesive from NYX.
Nice. Someone's just said, Pip J. Duma? I don't know if I'm saying that. Seriously needed to hear all these motivational pep talks today. Been feeling so down about my work, but Ellis, you've made me remember why I'm doing it.
Yeah,
How
see?
nice is that?
I think I always get down. Like the other day I was like so like depressed and I was like,
Nice.
is there even any point anymore? Like,
What?
I know I was being pathetic, but I was like, what the hell? Like, there's like my Instagram's not growing anymore, and Instagram brings in all my work, like
Yeah.
freelance, traveling. Like everything I've been able to do has come from
From
Instagram, you know.
I was
So
gonna say Alaska.
it kind of just like throws you when the thing that's you've been doing so well, like you're just not doing anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I can't even deal with this. And then 20 minutes later, I had an email from Anastasia Beverly Hills being like, we absolutely love your work, we think
They
you're
heard
incredible. And I was like, good juju!
The makeup gods heard you and they were like, yes!
Ooh, yes. And then we're just fluffing the edges. Now the last step is going to be one more pigment that we're going to apply, and this is going to be the shade Pure Starlight, and we're going to put that literally underneath the inner corner point, and this will really open up the inner corner even though we've done like a cat eye. And we're just going to press that into the wet foundation, and that will literally make it look like wet, because that's what you want.
A wet face.
I mean, when I wear like boy makeup, like I leave my foundation wet. Help powder or anything.
Dewy life, yes.
I'm more about that slime life. Right, cool, perfect. We can now move on to setting this face.
Top the balls.
Right, I'm gonna move this before it gets like covered in crap.
Yeah, you want to keep it nice and clean.
It will be clean. You'll see it in my Instagram videos and you'll be like, that's disgusting. I'm like, that's alright. So we're just gonna use a Charlotte Tilbury loose powder again,
Okay, amazing.
because it's eyes are so dry.
Go back.
We're back in the room.
So we're just powdering, and I'm just literally using like the very tip of the sponge just to really press the powder in. My under eyes are looking a little bit tired, and honestly, is there a remedy for that? Absolutely not.
Go sleep.
I forgot to put my eye cream on.
Oh.
I know.
Have you ever used the little mini beauty blenders for the eyes?
No. I kind of think they're a little bit pointless.
They're little tiny.
Because my fingers are like that fat. My fingers are fat, so I'd literally be like...
like a grain of rice.
Oh, thanks. So we're just going to set the key areas, so T-zone, top lip so you don't get a sweaty upper lip. No one wants a Sula.
I need one of them on the stage mirrors. They're great.
Oh, it's so good.
Doll Beauty do some really cute ones as well. The little heart ones they have.
Oh yeah, and Who Is It does really nice ones too. Jeffree Star.
Was it the same pigment they used? It was Starlight, wasn't it?
Yes. Pure silver doesn't reflect anything other than silver.
And you just use that around the inner corner.
In the inner corner, yeah.
Just to kind of make it pop.
I'm going to apologise now for my skin because it's very dry.
You're going to be driving home with about 10 face masks on.
Like, help me!
Is it the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Powder?
No,
I
it's
always find it so weird when they have really
it's
long
the magic
nails.
powder, the loose magic powder. It's really, honestly, it is really good, and it has like a radiance in it too. So like even when you're setting your face,
Like
you're not like flat. Yeah, like you're not flat matte, which I hate looking flat matte.
Have you used the Laura Mercier Under Eye Secret Brightening Powder?
No.
The loose one, not the compact one.
No, however, everyone that I know, friend-wise, says I should get it.
I absolutely love it. My mum accidentally got me the pressed one, which is called a blurring powder, instead for Christmas. I was like, no!
Is it good?
Taking it back because my dog had chewed the packaging. So I couldn't even go back and swap it, but the loose powder one, guys, the Laura Mercier Under Eye Secret Brightening Powder, and it's the loose one, and it is beautiful. Like, I always struggle with creasing underneath my eyes. I think I'm getting a bit old now. And then
I've just got ugly under eyes.
And I did find that is honestly incredible, and the Peggy Sage concealers that Peggy Sage actually had given to me at an event to try, and they were lovely. Like, they didn't crease, were lovely for the under eye area, and then setting it with the Laura Mercier Under Eye Secret Brightening Powder.
And that was your combo?
Yeah, loving it, loving life then too.
Obviously, once again, disclaimer, I know my neck is very pink. But I would have painted my whole body. I always feel like you have to put disclaimers out these days. Right, okay, let's get sculpting this face.
All set.
Oh shit. Sounds like I said, oh shit. Damn.
Do you remember that time when you swore?
What did I say? Well, don't tell me what I said, but...
Oh,
tell us.
So funny.
What was I talking about?
I can't
Was I just
it.
like waffling and talking and then...
Yeah. I'll write it down though.
Okay.
So I'm just going to be using the Marc Jacobs bronzer again, because I didn't bring a second one.
Oh, what's that one? It's huge.
The Fantastic Omega bronzer. Smell it.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Oh my god, that smells amazing. Have you shown them how big it is on camera? Look how big that bronzer is, guys.
And it's not even that expensive, I don't think.
Remember?
And again, we're just doing the same patting motions just to kind of pat it into the skin. Because I have dry skin, I think a lot of the time when you start like rubbing brushes back and forth, you just stir up texture. Yeah. 100%. It's not cute.
Oh, looks really nice, that bronzer, you know. I'm just going to want everything.
You sounded so sarcastic.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, it does actually look, it looks like, I don't don't know, the fact that it smells like coconutty.
When you put it on your skin feels cooler. Like, it's weird. The whole coconut range is really nice though.
Where can you get Marc Jacobs makeup from?
Havernickels. It's exclusive to Havernickels.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's only been recent. It went into Havernickels exclusivity last year. 2018.
Exclusive.
Just like Fenty's exclusive to Havernickels as well.
Daily says, Ellis, do you check your Instagram DMs?
I do, and I reply to everyone. My phone is just turned off at the moment.
Yes.
For
He's working, guys, so he can't reply to his DMs. So he'll get back to you.
Yeah, I always
Course.
try to reply to every comment on my post the first 24 hours, and then like every DM I get, I always reply to.
Oh, that's good.
Because I think it's really
I'm
like...
very rubbish. I don't realise. I always forget about the what's the
The request inbox.
The request inbox, and then a week later I'll be like, oh my god, I've got like 20 new request messages, and I'm like,
Sorry about it.
sorry guys.
You're just a bad person. And then we're not going to use the Kevin Aquan one because we don't need to use it. We'll use the Anastasia book instead. I swear this video is not sponsored by Anastasia. I just genuinely really like that makeup.
Someone said, is it £35 for the Marc Jacobs bronzer?
I think it's like 30.
Really?
It's not expensive.
That is
But
so
saying that though,
good.
I got it with my discount because you get 30% discount at Havernickels.
Even £35 for like a bronzer that
Well, the
big
Tom
is
Ford
so
one,
good.
that's that big, is like 69 for the Tom Ford one. Well, the Tom Ford one is it's delicious. It's so good. I know
Is
you
it the
can't.
same size as that?
Same size as that. It's like, that's why I think Marc Jacobs did this one.
I always wanted the Tom Ford foundation stick.
Yes. Have you tried it?
When I used to work at Selfridges, I'd go over all the time and be like, oh, I really want this, and I absolutely love it. But I never bought it, and I should have done. But have you ever tried the Makeup Forever foundation stick?
I used to have Makeup Forever. Yeah.
I always say to someone, if you want something that's like a dupe, then go for that one. But I would love to get the Tom Ford foundation stick.
The thing is, Selfridges don't even do discount for staff on like cosmetics like that.
No. Tom Ford brush set as well. Did you ever see that? Just like laid out. It's like, again, very expensive.
So overpriced.
eGlam says, how will certificates work at the end of the course? Will it be printed out or will it be mailed to us? If you are not gaining accreditation and you are like, if you are the bronze, you will gain a PWE certificate and that gets emailed out, doesn't it?
No, it's on the site and they download it from the site.
It's downloadable. So your certificate is downloadable. So you can obviously print that off at home or you can get it professionally printed. And if you have done an accredited course, which some of you may have completed already, and may have got your accreditation, I think that again is downloadable from the Beauty Guild. You just have to log back into your account and download that certificate, which I also think having a downloadable certificate is a lot easier and a lot more 21st century when it comes to getting your discount for your big brands, because when you apply for that discount they always ask you to send a picture of your certificate, and then you've got to try and like scan your certificate in, whereas if it's already on your laptop and it's downloadable, it's going to be so much easier. But Beauty Guild do offer the option for you to be able to actually get it, a hard copy of it, but I think they charge about £13 for the hard copy of the Beauty Guild. But I think downloadable is just as handy and just as easy, and it's free.
So now we're just using the lighter powder just to kind of brighten everything up. And then in a minute we're going to pack on a lot of blush. So we're going to start off and we're going to use the blush trio in Pink Passion. And then from there we might even go in with some of the eyeshadows from the P. Louise palette, depending if we want to go that pigmented. But I think we might want to.
Has it been interesting for you guys really seeing how to do like almost skin first? Not full skin, but skin first, then eyes, and then skin, because obviously you guys know that we always do eyes first. it must be really interesting for you to see like another approach on how to do it, and it'll give you an opportunity to have a little experiment as well, and play with makeup. And that's ultimately what makeup's all about. It's, don't take it too seriously, it is a little bit of fun. Like, you can always, and if it goes wrong, don't get so affected by that and be like,
yeah, it's makeup.
I'm rubbish,
Wipes
I can't
off.
do it. It's makeup, wipe it off, do it again, like, and smash it the next time, like. And that's what's nice about seeing like different ways that different people do it, because you can have a play and see what suits you.
Honestly, like, when people get so beat up sometimes about makeup, I'm like, it wipes off.
Yeah.
Or when people get scared, I'm like, girl, it wipes off.
Exactly.
Chill out.
Like, just don't overthink it.
So we're going to use some of the eyeshadows from the P. Louise palette. We're going to use Idolize and Infatuation. And I'm just going to tap my brush into these.
And pow.
And I keep my blush quite high up at the back because it helps to lift the cheek as well.
What brush is that little brush?
This is a gag of the century, right? This brush is a full-size Wet n Wild brush, right? And it came in a calendar, an advent calendar with full-size products. It had foundation, concealer, powder, mascara, lipsticks.
This year's? Like,
Yeah. I don't know if you could, I think they said to me you could buy it online, but I couldn't find it because I wanted to buy another one. But I got it sent as like PR, and it literally was like gagged. Because I've never tried Wet n Wild, and I literally had like a full face of everything I needed done.
What's that other eyes, lips, face? Elf?
Oh
I
yeah.
always think their products look like they've got those really interesting, quirky
They always look like dupes for NARS. All their packaging is like same as NARS.
Let me check them out. I can't remember what the packaging.
Like they have like bronzers that are in like the same packaging as like the NARS ones.
Oh yes, I think I know what you mean now. That's coming to mind. Have you seen, I don't know if you guys on the live have popped into Aldi recently and actually noticed some of the products that they are selling are very similar to like all big brands. I'm trying to think, they've got a powder that looks like Charlotte Tilbury.
Gag.
They've got, oh you know the Pixie Glow
Tonic.
They've got exactly the same one, exactly the same packaging and everything, but it's an Aldi one.
Stop.
And they've got like,
That's
what looks
naughty.
like the NARS blushes.
That's really
well.
naughty though, is that?
I know. But it's what's inside the product that counts, and I don't know what it's like inside, I haven't tried them.
So now we're just re-intensifying the brow highlight with some matte white eyeshadow. Just to really make it pop, and then where we put the blush blended over it, when we pat the white over it, it'll give like a bit of a pastel pink ombre into the brow highlight, which is cute as well. Like that. And you can see it just adds. And there's sometimes as well, like what I'll even do is I'll set out to do this kind of like negative brow, but then I'll get a liquid liner and I'll just draw like a black line. So it's like that 1920s kind of brow.
Yeah.
Which we could always add that at the very end once we've seen the look. But that's one of those where you've got to have like confidence. You've just got to look at the liner and go, I own you, and do it, because if you go wrong, game over.
Just get a wiggly brow. So what was that phase where it went through them Instagram brows that were like wiggly?
I do
Do
not.
you remember them? I think that's
Instagram
what happened. Someone was trying to do a straight brow and they were just like, ugh.
Instagram trends are so ridiculous at times. Do you not think?
It always gets taken a little bit too far by someone.
There we go, the brow highlight, the brow highlight is in. We're gonna start to highlight in a second. Oh no, we'll save highlighter for last because we'll do the pink. I mean the lip.
Eglam, she just asking, says you're in LA, where can I get a hard copy of the certificates? So you can get a hard copy of the certificates because they're downloadable. You just need to go to any printing shop, or if you've got a printer at home, you just print off the hard copy, and that's how you do it. So obviously with the P. Louise certificate, it's downloadable. You download it to your laptop, put it on a memory stick if you've got one, take it to a printing shop and get it printed either onto cardboard or paper, anything like that. Yeah, it's that easy.
Right, so first things first, we're going to use the P. Louise pink base to get like the smudgy lip effect that we're going to be doing.
The what do you call it?
The schnog lip.
The snug lip.
Schnog. And we're going to pick this up on a like a little dense brush, which is a little bit oval, and I'm just gonna start to buff it.
Why are you perfect?
I'm just gonna start to buff it out.
That is great. You send me that one. With this, is it just kind of, you literally just go for it?
No, there is a line between it looks horrible and looks high fashion.
Yeah.
I don't know yet how to achieve high fashion every time. Sometimes it's Coco the Clown.
It works.
Sometimes it's Bella Hadid. She wishes, but you know.
Bella Hadid.
Yeah. What's the sister called? You probably know.
Gigi.
Gigi.
Do you not know who Bella Hadid is? She's fine. She's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, she's insane.
You know Gigi, she's the one that's with Zayn from One Direction. Oh my god, I know nothing about that. Are you using a little pen, Rudy, to touch the screen?
Yeah, it's got like a little, like a little electric thing. Isabel Kahar Hadid.
Yes.
22 million followers.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
just a casual.
Just casual.
She is absolute like a babe.
Oh.
She looks unreal.
All that family's just beautiful, aren't they? So blessed.
You don't like her? You might like her sister. So I'm just going to use a pastel pink shade now to kind of set that and really start to kind of like buff out the edges.
And Marie just says, is that a Siren Spectrum brush? The thing that you were using before?
Yeah.
Yes. She knows her brushes.
And again, you want to make the edges literally look like they're melting back into the skin.
Mm-hmm. So no harsh edges here.
No harsh edges, all blended. And then once you've added that in, that's where you really start to add all the definition in now. So I'm going to use my favourite brush ever, the Little Tickler. It's called the Little Tickler because it is the best brush ever. And we're going to dip into Addicted in the P. Louise palette. And this is going just on the outer V. Actually, no, what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to put on the Sugar Pill Liquid Lipstick first.
Ooh.
In the shade Hijinks. I think these are out now.
That's a nice colour, isn't it?
And these are beautiful because the longer you wear them, they get more glittery.
Oh, really?
So
Are
they're
they matte lip then, or?
completely matte, but they're glitter touch activated. So the more you bat your lips together, the glitter in the formula exposes itself. I know, honestly, products these days.
I know.
Right, so now that we've got that laid down, and we're going to buff it out slightly. And I'm literally just going backwards and forwards and picking up different shades of pinks. I'm using Infatuation, Idolize and Addicted from the P. Louise palette. And I'm just going to start building up. And you can see it's starting to come together.
Yes, it is. I feel like now that you put the lip on first, like, it's more easy for people to understand why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah. That's why I just added the lipstick. So I was like, if the lipstick's on, then you'll know what's going to happen. So all we're doing is we're just slowly like darkening the colour and buffing out the edges as we go. And what this does is it just creates like a really beautiful gradient blend. And then now Now, when we go in with the dark purple shade, it will just stick so nicely. Oh, look how crazy it looks. So cute.
It's looking really good. Looks like you've been drinking cherryade.
Yes! And the last step that literally sends this lip over the edge, which I'll do in a minute. Pigment picks it over the middle.
Yes.
Damn. It just looks so nice.
What's this look called? Schnog lips.
A schnog lip.
lips, yeah.
It's the.
It is now.
I've been. I don't know. We'll just stop before it goes anywhere else.
Should I buy a glass of cherryade? Do you remember cherryade?
Yeah.
Wasn't that what a
I still love
strange
cherryade.
thing that drink that was?
Do you know what drink I love? Cream soda.
Oh my god, that is.
What the hell
It's
is
so
cream
nice.
soda?
It's like.
Oh, ice
it's
cream
like-
and the other one. What's the other one? Ice cream. Jelly and ice cream, the drink.
Yeah.
That's like
what's
it.
this ginger beer as well? This sounds very weird too.
I don't-
You wait, you even never had ginger beer?
No,
Oh my
it's not
god.
alcoholic, is it? It's just
No.
no. It sounds very strange.
It's like ginger but with lemonade.
Yeah.
That sounds horrific.
It's not like bad. It's not good
It's
either.
not great. Keely just says, "What's the name of the liquid lip?"
It's kind of ugly but chic at the same time.
I like it.
You have to say that.
No, I do. What lip did you do this morning?
Just a nude.
Classic nude.
Yeah, we just did these three on bread.
Oh, lovely.
A create
Matte all glosses, those ones.
matte, and then instead of using a gloss, we did a powder shimmer in the middle.
Do you prefer a matte or do you prefer a gloss?
I've heard a gloss.
I always go through phases, like I was so obsessed with matte way back when and I literally would never wear a gloss. But then when I got my lips done for the first time, I was like, oh, gloss makes your lips look bigger, so I put it on when I'd literally just had them done and they
And
were
then
about this big. And I just coated my lips in lip gloss and I was like, oh my god.
I am everything.
Yeah. And then from that day I was just like, gloss girl. And then just recently I started getting back into the matte, like really light matte. So cork on the lip, and then actually I've not got a lip liner in the middle, a liquid lip in the middle, but a really light liquid lip in the middle. All the way.
And now we're just using the Pixie pigment.
Oh yes. This is really satisfying to watch. I hope it's captured as well on camera as it is in person. Yes.
If we do this actually.
Yeah, it does. It looks amazing. Get your torch on it. I can't see it on mine because mine's like time delayed. It already looks like insane before you even do that on this bit.
So cute.
Oh yeah. Now it's come up on mine with the camera with the light.
And then what I do is I sometimes just take it a little bit higher in the middle. And it just pulls the lip up even more. You see?
Oh yeah. Look at this, Rudy. Oh, it's gone off that bit now. Let me rewind it this bit.
Right, what have we got to do now? Oh, we just got highlight to do and then lashes and
Look at how it would put the torch underneath. How like glossy it looks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right, so my favourite highlight palette at the moment is the Anastasia Dream Glow Kit because they're all holographic. It's literally insane. No, like
Have you used
what?
the like? I always think the green one
Like, watch.
Oh yeah.
How insane is that?
The green one surprisingly doesn't look like the green one. It's actually on his
No.
skin.
So I'm going to pick up Unicorn first. Just buff it into the cheek. And we're going to go up here as well. And same on this side. And then we're going to use the tiniest bit of the pearl pigment from Peaches and Cream, and this is not like a shimmer, it's like it has like a red sheen, so it's like white but it also reflects red at the same time. Right, now we're going to do the eyes, so we just need to put on some eyeliner. So we're going to put some eye pencil in the waterline. Oh. We need to curl the lashes. We need to put on some eyeliner. I can't find it. Oh no! It's got eyeliner on my nose. So, I'll leave it to dry. If you get mascara or eyeliner on your face, just leave it to dry. Once it's dry, you can kind of like flick it off and it should just like flick off. If it doesn't, you're screwed. So we're going to pray it flicks off. Right, I'm just going to leave that to... Should it... I'm hoping it should be set now. I'm hoping... I'm going to leave it just for a second, just in case, because... And then I'm just going to do some highlight on the nose. And we'll put a little bit of highlight here. Well, let's see if this thing will come off my nose now. Oh yeah, pretty much. Would have had a little bit of concealer over it just to blend it. Alright, we just got to put some lashes on and then we're done. Let me just remove all this stuff. And then if you guys want, you can choose and we can put some wafer thin black eyebrows on this look. Oh, you can, while the lashes are drying, you guys can pick a wig. Which wig do you want? We've got blonde and blue, which is cute. We've got jet black, which needs a brush, but jet black. And then we've got the ginger one.
I'm going to vote blonde and blue for this one. Someone's put, if you wear the blonde and blue wig with this look, it will be total mermaid unicorn vibes.
That is true. I always put stuff down, I can never find it.
Yeah, a couple of them say blonde and blue.
Canon 750 E750i or something.
Is the battery gone again?
Yep.
Oh.
It's because
They've not had enough time to charge.
Yeah.
Do we have another battery? Have they finished that?
Oh, they have?
They have, yeah.
And I'm just going to use the is the light still on?
It is, yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. So I'm just going to use the Morphe setting spray again.
Ooh, Morphe setting spray.
Oh, it's so good, you don't even have to take your finger off of it. Like,
Ooh,
I know. It's
I
so
go for the smell.
good. It's so nice.
Reminds me of holidays, like sun cream. Let me just read where we're up to.
What wig are they all?
There's people like, lips are blinding, love it. Oh, that lip is blinding. Transformation goals. If you wear the blue/blonde wig with
Mermaid
this look,
vibes.
Oh yeah, has we already these?
No. We got to them ones with Rudy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's wig got the most votes?
Blonde and blue, blonde and blue, blonde and blue, blonde and blue, blonde and blue.
Okay, that wins.
Black if you put brow lines on, but
Blonde and blue.
yeah, blue. I'm gonna throw a spanner and say ginger.
The ginger will probably look the best with this look.
Because of the contrast.
Because of the it'll look nice, but we'll see. I just want to clean my hands before I go near a blonde
I don't want
wig.
to touch your wig, yeah.
Because I've got pinks on my hand that I'll just stain.
So what do you have on your head before you put the wig on then?
Just a wig cap.
And you just put that on.
I just put that
before
on.
You start your transformation.
Yeah, just because it keeps. I hate like nothing worse when I'm watching Instagrammers or YouTubers and they've got like long hair in their face and I'm like, why are you doing that? So I have to put a wig cap on.
Mine's a scruffy bun.
There's a scruffy bun, a wig cap. And then, right.
We have this thing at the academy, as soon as someone brings a wig into the academy, we're all like, put the wig on me! So like, obviously the girls on the VCT courses, they have to do like period makeup. So sometimes they'll bring in like a 1920s wig, sometimes they'll bring in an Egyptian wig, and we're all like, get it on my head, get it on my head. And every single one of us is like, pass it to me, pass it to me. We get so excited about a wig.
Right,
I'm just going to cut the camera.
You're going to cut it?
I'm going to put that over battery.
Now, anyway.
Right, I'm just going to put my wig on.
So Alice is just going to put his wig on in the mirror, and then he will pop back on screen, and then you can see it all come together.
And if it looks horrible, then I'm judging you all.
It's all your fault because you guys chose the colours, he's saying. So if the wig doesn't look great, guys, it's your fault. This is going to be definitely very suicide. What is it? Suicide Girl? Is that what she's called?
I don't think it looks
you're
right.
thinking of
Suicide Squad.
I don't think it looks right with
Suicide
the
Squad.
blue and the blonde, does it?
No, I do like it, but try the ginger one.
It looks crazy.
Show them this one.
It looks crazy.
And they can make a decision. Is it back on your camera?
It looks like hella crazy.
Hello, crazy. That wig is insane. That's
It's
amazing. Cute, right? Yeah, I would wear that. So this is the blonde and blue wig, guys. I still can't see it on my screen because mine's a bit behind.
Just forward it.
Every time I try and do that, it just goes to full screen. There we go. So where do you get your wigs from? The same place, or do you get them from different places?
All these are from Webster Wigs.
Webster Wigs, yeah?
Yeah, it's just like an online Instagram one. Should we try the ginger one on?
Yeah, try the ginger one.
This one looks a little bit weird.
You're not feeling that one?
That's the name.
Harlequin, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this one at all.
So we're going to switch the wig, guys. We're going to go for who was saying that they wanted the ginger one.
Yeah,
I can't remember. They said throw the spanner in the works. Who was that? Oh, Kelly. Kelly said, I'm going to throw a spanner and say the ginge. So, Kelly, you have your wish.
I think it's like that honey eyebrows. When I did this look, I had short hair.
What, last time you did this look?
When I did like negative brows, yeah.
Yeah. Brush that. Oh, it's got a bit of concealer on it.
Oh yeah, happened earlier.
Oh, okay.
Happened the first time round.
Oh.
We ruined it.
This is how, like, so is this the same wig from this morning then? So you can see
Oh, see, that looks better.
two completely different looks with the same wig.
Oh yeah, so like,
Amazing.
and this wig actually looks not that bad with this hair, this makeup
I
actually.
love it. That hair is just insane. It makes me want to dye my hair crazy colours.
Forward.
So if you're having like a negative brow day, is this the one you're feeling, oh my god, I've got to do a quick makeup? I'm not going to do enough time to do brows.
No, because I think with the negative brow, you've got to try and get them so even, and then if you don't get them even, it looks really off.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, for me, I do negative brow just if I try to turn an extra look, if that makes sense. Or I'll do like really dramatic eye makeup, and then you can't really tell.
And you
as
can
much.
take it nice and high as well. It looks fab.
Should we draw some like brows on just for the fun?
Go on. Go on,
Should
do
we do
it.
it?
Yeah. Do some coloured brows.
Coloured brows?
Have you got anything you can do coloured brows with though?
Liquid liner.
Have you got like a coloured liquid liner?
No, it's got black one.
We'll go the black ones then.
So, first step, we're going to need the liquid liner. Check.
Oh yes.
We're going to need a mirror.
What liquid line do you use? Is that the next
Just
one?
Wet n Wild.
Oh, okay, Wet n Wild.
And then we're going to go... I don't do this.
I know. Just do one eyebrow.
No, it's fine. We could do this, okay? So we're just going to go like... And you not have to be quick, but you need to be like, I've got confidence, I'm going to do this.
Yeah. Because otherwise you just get like a lump of liquid liner. So you got like almost like a flip. Oh yes. You just gotta go with the flow. Go with the flow.
And that just adds a little bit of a... Because then when the hair comes down...
Yes.
No, it doesn't really go.
You got two people, this side, this side.
So you can see like,
side.
when you do like, because someone was asking earlier about Fashion Week, when you do like Fashion Week and stuff, you sometimes do like brows like this. Like you literally will just put like a random brow like on someone.
You've got to be very quick. How long, when you do like Fashion Week, do you have between each look?
So we did this, when we did this time we had 3 hours with 14 or 15 models with hair, dress rehearsal, final costumes, walk to the catwalk, and they have their any body that's exposed has to be covered in a shimmer that has a tint with it. And all models,
never touched so many bodies in
honestly,
in 3 hours.
all models of a deeper complexion as well have to have like this other product put on top of the shimmers as well to make their bodies like extra glossy.
Wow.
And then
That's mad, isn't it?
so yeah, and there was 5 of us with 13 models. No, I think it was like 14 or 15. And there were 5 of us and we had 3 hours. I'd done like one model. I had another model who was looking down on her phone getting her hair done, and I was like underneath on the floor trying to do it, and they had like big bushy 90s brows, then full eyeshadow in one block colour from the lid all the way to the brow in a point with a winged liner going off of it. They had like flawless like glossy skin with like this like lavender blush.
Oh my god, I bet you've never
lips,
stressed so much.
honestly.
The good thing about you're tall, so all the tall models, you don't like. Imagine if you were a small makeup artist and you did fashion.
They're all sat down, so it's a struggle for me because I have to sit on my zucca because I'm so tall, and if I like lean like that, it throws your balance off. So I always have to sit like on my zucca, like right, I've got this.
What's a zucca?
A zucca is your
Like
portable
a
makeup
little
case.
It's got a little seat on it.
And then the lip was 2 tones of red, dark red, light red, with a neon pink pigment pressed in the
That you're
middle.
like, whoever came up with this design, I hate you.
Yeah, and then if you had a model who'd already had her hair done, all the hair was woven onto the face, so you had to paint in between the hair, which took even longer.
Oh my god.
It was ridiculous.
That does not sound fun. At least if you you do hair, you can literally just like put the hair on with the makeup. You're having to work around the hair.
Yeah.
That is hard. Beautiful look. So guys, this is the end look that we have created. Well, I didn't actually have any involvement in it. I'll just pretend it was a we. Me, Rudy and Ellis created this look together.
You was the narrator. You was keeping the jokes
Rudy was
going.
the battery changer.
Battery changer, joke cracker,
and bearded man.
Makeup artist. Bearded man.
No, bearded man.
No, he was battery changer, so that means I'm bearded man. Thanks,
battery changer. Yes, this is the end look, and it looks fabulous. What was your favourite part of it, guys? What is like a tip that you've picked up from today that you didn't know before? Please tell us something that like you didn't know that you've picked up. Rudy's waving his arms at me. I don't know what he means. He's stretching. So what have you picked up today that you didn't know before? That's what I want to like finding out about, little tips and tricks that you really picked up and you found interesting. What else I was going to say? Oh, and also, what was your favourite part of this look? I think my favourite part is definitely the lips.
Honestly,
because I've had a go at these lips before. I've had a go at these lips before, and like I want feeling it when I've done it, and I think maybe the shimmer is what makes it.
It does. If you try to keep it just matte, it just is not right.
Yeah.
For me, I always love, because I normally have one of these in here. So this is from Lime Crime, and this is a water. You can use this on your eyes to cut a crease.
Oh yes, we've got them I think downstairs. They call like crushed something.
Diamond Crushers, yeah.
Yes.
And I love these for the lip too. So sometimes I put this on as a base,
Yes.
and then to intensify it, go with the peaches pigment over the
That
top.
is an amazing colour as well, that one.
It is. I have all
It's
of
like
them.
neon.
That's so good.
So some people have said, oh, it's just moving a bit quick for me. The blending techniques they learned. The lips was a favourite bit. He used for contour, it's completely different, and the brows and lips I want to learn for a while, and it's that easy mean. I can't something. Highlighter eyes and lips today, so basically everything. They loved everything. I'll pass the mic back to yourself. If there's anything else you want to say, was there anything that you needed before we do?
No, I was just saying.
So that's everything, guys. I'll let Ellis close off with his little goodbye, and if there's any other questions that you have for him before he heads off, then please
Literally fire them away right now.
Yeah. They loved all the tips for the skin prep before the drag. I didn't have a clue before. I think that was one of my favourites as well, the Anastasia oil. Yes, that.
Put some of it on your hand, it feels.
But I'm also going to get, I think, the...
Make Revolution one.
Yes.
Do it. Oh.
Do you know what? It like doesn't feel really
oily. Mm. It's just
and it
enough.
smells amazing.
Gorgeous,
oh
doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, smell that really.
Wow.
It's just a good product that literally makes the skin so supple for makeup.
The Body Shop.
Doesn't feel like
It's like a body oil,
feel
like
gross.
it's like an essential oil. It smells like that kind of like essential oil.
If it had smell-o-vision right now, guys, I would let you in on the smell, but it just smelled absolutely beautiful. They loved all the tips and tricks for dry skin were the best, because she has dry skin. Keely wants you to try the black wig on. But other than that, I love this segment. Thank you Alice for coming in today and showing us your makeup looks. Everyone's just saying thank you so much.
Yay! Thanks for having me.
Amazing, thank you guys, and we'll see you not in a week, we'll see you on Monday. See you later.
Bye. Thanks for having. Bye. Have a good. It always reminds me of the guy
See you next week.
off of Family Guy when it's like, bye. Have a beautiful time.
Yeah.
On the end of the.